into the other reviews that we're going to do this week.
Let me go ahead and let me introduce this. Okay?
Spit it.
I'm going to spit some rhymes at you.
Spit
you guys ever heard of a movie that nobody wanted to watch, but then you watched it and you're like, why did I watch that? But I did watch it. Now I have to think about it all the time. And it had a movie that had a monster that looked a lot like Madonna without makeup on. Well, I got a movie for you. It's called The Unnameable or The Unwatchable or both. No, it was a Patreon requested film.
Our friend Chuck requested this, and we have a dual Patreon going on, by the way, between Church Jackson and Chuck The Unnameable.
Chuck, I want to ask you a question, and I like your first name because Chuck Norris is a great guy. I mean, I heard that he died in 1992, but death was too afraid to tell him.
Nordic track.
He was. But
Chuck Norris is still alive.
Do you hate us?
It's okay.
Don't were you mad at us for something? Did we say something that offended your butthole? No. Look, you may enjoy this, and I'm not taking anything away from anybody that doesn't.
I think he knows it was so good it's bad.
It's not
so
even,
bad. It's
I don't know if it's so bad it's good. It's just like it's so bad it's fucked. Look, there are moments in this film that it's kind of cool. Like the practical effects. That's the thing you gotta love about movies that came out in the 80s. Like 1988 when this movie was released. The practical effects look decent, and you know the gore effect is there. They don't show a lot, but god damn that monster's fucking annoying. So you shut the fuck up and go back to Werewolf Teddy Bear City. I don't even know what that thing is. What? I thought it was a dude. I thought the creature was a dude, and then I saw titties, and then I was slightly aroused, and then I hated myself.
First off, Chuck is a badass dude.
That was a great guy.
Thank you for this pick, man. Thank you for being awesome, you. And he actually sent us the Blu-ray for it to watch it on too. But The Unnameable, 1988. There's these dudes, and they're hanging out in a field, and they're college kids, but they're like hoity-toity fucking like.
I'm just gonna say, and I'm nothing against those guys, those actors that played that, and they're not, but they look like the kind of fucking douchebags that would cover up for Sandusky at Penn State.
They look like Van Wilder's like nemesis.
Yeah,
like, that's what they are.
Especially that motherfucker that does the folklore.
Dicks. Yeah.
Obviously, you're not up on the folklore because when I say it's true, there has to be something to happen. I was like, shut the fuck up and get laid.
They're such dicks, man. But they're sitting out in a field, and well, the movie opens up in olden times, right? Like we're in the olden times,
dude. Did you think like
the Sam Adams motherfucker sitting in his castle?
Dude, you look like motherfucking Geppetto running around with his little fucking nightcap. He's like, I'm just a little nightcap, and he was supposed to be a fucking warlock. Like, what the fuck warlock is that from the Land of Oz? He looked like a. I was thinking, as soon as I saw it, dude, he had that little night hat. I was like, that's motherfucking Geppetto. It's Geppetto.
He's sitting in his castle like Beauty and the Beast, and like he hears something tapping at his window door, and he goes up and he releases things like, now it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. And he lets this monster out, and the monster eventually fucking eats him and rips his fucking heart out. And the dude's laying there like George Washington, just like bleeding out. And then, like, but that death scene was funny because the dude that like had his heart ripped out, like the monster rips his heart out and throws it on top, and the dude starts humping. He's like,
yeah, he was getting it up. He was getting it up.
He was like humping on top of his own dead heart.
And he was an old man.
But then you see these three college kids laying out having a fucking picnic together, and they're like, the one kid's like, oh, I got the best ghost stories. You want to hear I got the best fucking ghost stories. And he tells them about
no, I was just wondering when the fucking beer's coming. Why are we all hanging out here together?
Yeah, there's these three, like, freshman college kids. They're hanging out in this forest.
No, there's the two are seniors. That kid's a freshman.
Oh, that's right. But they're hanging out, and he's like, well, there was this one kid, and he saw something so horrendous in that window that he died of shock.
What's it worse than your mother's face? When's the fucking cat coming? I wish that there had been, like, realistic fucking college kids.
And then the one guy's like, dude, I'm not scared. I'm going to stay the night in this house by myself. Who's coming with me? And they're both like, nah.
It's like, nah.
So the dude stays the night in his house by himself.
I gotta return some videotapes.
It's hundreds of years later or whatever, and he goes to stay the night in his house by himself. And obviously the creature, the unnameable creature who you don't see for 97% of the film.
Oh my god.
Fucks his shit up.
Look, oh my god, dude. Like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, dude, look, Chuck, is there a self-help program that we need to sign you up for? No, I'm kidding. Look, it's like I didn't enjoy it. Like I liked the gore parts of it. I thought the gore parts were really good and they were well done. I think the movie itself, for what it was, being corny and crass and cheesy, if it was on purpose, I'd be like okay with it, but it almost felt like in some ways
a bit of both.
It was like they didn't really have an identity for the movie. They didn't know like where to go, because they had that one douchebag kid that was in the folklore stuff, and it felt like he was supposed to be a comedy relief, kind of like what's his name from House on Haunted Hill, the remake.
Chris Kattan.
Chris Kattan, kind of like a Chris Kattan kind of guy, but they didn't really go with that enough and develop it. And then there was some corny ass fucking moments where like literally corn chips grew in my hair because it was so corny. It was really bad corny, and it wasn't good bad corny. It was just corny. But fuck, dude, like that monster. When God damn, I was like, are you serious?
So for like 90% of this film, you don't see the monster. You don't know what it really is. You just hear its like girlish screams. It's like, and like that's all you hear.
It sounds like anybody on the toilet after a night with Taco Bell.
It's like me eating beat-ups 3 times this week from the takeout.
It's bad.
The shits are the mango habanero. Listen, when you eat mango habanero from beat-ups, there's 2 things. It's got the heat and it's got the syrup. So not only do you have painful shits, but you have slow painful shits. So basically, I was the monster in the castle. You got the
coffee maker shits.
Yes, I was the monster in the castle in this movie. But you got the one kid, the one dude who's this college kid, and he's like really fucking Egon, but like a dick Egon, and he's like full on like, I'm a straight up nerd. I'm all about the numbers and the facts.
I think he looked like young Jerry O'Connell.
I could see that too. Yeah. And then you've got the kid who's a freshman, and like
that is the kid that's a freshman.
Oh, no, we're talking about 2 different people. Well, there's the freshman kid. He looks just like Bates Motel. The kid who was in Bates Motel.
That's what I thought he looked like Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah, he's a freshman, and he's like a nice kid or whatever, and he's like, we should go check on this guy. Because the dude, he decides to fake his friend out. He's like, I'm going to stay the night in the castle just to prove that you're full of shit. Because you got the one nerdy kid who's an asshole who like is like super smart, and he's like, He's got like the Ivy League sweater. He's like, fuck you guys. And then you've got these 2 like douchebag college kids who are trying to pick up girls, so they bring these 2 girls to this house too. So long story short, everybody ends up in this house, in this old school house where this creature is supposed to live in the past.
Kind of like how the viewers are. We got sucked into this fucking dream, and I can't wake up.
And the unnameable creature just starts killing people off one by one, slowly. And when he kills people, you gotta give him credit.
It's gory.
He fucking ruins people.
But dude, okay, at what point did you be like, all right, fuck me for fucking having the time to sit here and watch this? Was it the part where you saw her come out of the fucking shadows and look like goddamn Godolina from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Or was it where they shook fucking tree branches at her through the fucking window? The tree spirits were with me.
We're not even there yet.
I don't even want to talk. I really, at this point,
you got Castle Freak, and then you've got Hell Night with Linda Blair. But long story short, all these people are trapped in this house, and like a couple of them, like college kids having sex. This one girl, what was up with her tits, by the way? She had a titty and then a nipple, which was the size of a titty, on top of a nipple, which was the size of a titty. Did you see those?
I saw Rocky tits.
No, it was a tit, and then her nipple was the size of a whole nother tit, and then the nipple was another size of there was the tit, and then the nipple was its whole own tit. It was you didn't see that?
I didn't really. I didn't. I was so out of it. I didn't.
But it was fucking crazy. Anyways, like these college kids get trapped in this, and like the college kids are such assholes that like you hate half of them anyways. This Castle Freak fucking monster starts showing up, and it starts fucking people up, and you don't see him for 90% of the movie. All you hear is his girlish screams. But when he starts to show up, you see his goat feet. You see his fucking goat feet like halfway through the movie. He's like, motherfucker has goat feet. And then when he finally shows up, he's like,
that's what I said, dude. I was like, I thought it looked like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles bad guy, like Godolina, or it could be a fucking Skeletor bad guy.
It looked like it was smelling its own fart, though. It was like, eh, oh, eh.
I was like, yes, that looks familiar. Ex-wife? Are you there?
When it shows up, and then all the smart dude like goes under the ground, and he starts like reading poetry, and then like shit starts blowing up.
Oh
and
my god, it's so bad.
It's the worst. It's not a good movie at all.
Dude, they shake tree branches at it. You can literally there's guys like they're like they're shaking tree branches, and they're like, get it, like they're switching her. Like when you even get switched, they're like, and she was like, but you know what? Here's the weird thing. There's one part where the guy's on the ground and it's crawling up on her, and I was so like, you know what? I'd do it. It's like if you're drunk enough, you're like,
because the monster has like goat titties.
It's a girl. It's a girl fucking monster, and it was like she was like, and she's like crawling up on him, and he's like another. If you were like fucking drunk or high, you're like gonna die. It's like, what if you're like, the erection or something? You're like, I'm sorry, and then it was like, oh, but it's funny. It's there's a lot of like super cheesiness in it that you can like be like, hey, that's funny.
It looks like a trailer for Cats.
It just, oh, God,
it
does.
It's like a wearing a cat suit, and when it finally comes up, it's like, and it's trying to be scary. And it's like,
it looks like. You're right. It looks like Cats produced by Sammy Sosa.
It's fucking
because steroids were in everywhere. Because that thing was fucking pumped up. But nonetheless, no, dude, I'm sorry.
It's a good bad horror movie.
I'm sorry, I can't even give it a good bad.
Based on an H.P. Lovecraft story, by the way.
H.P. Lovecraft died 3 times when that movie was made.
The whole idea of the movie is that the creature is so hideous that it's unnameable because you can't describe how ugly it is.
Nobody talks about me in front of my face.
And when you finally see it, it just looks like a goat that was wearing a cat suit. And it's like, I don't know, it's so fucked up and weird. It's a wild fucking movie.
I'm sorry, man. It's not, Mike thinks it's so bad it's good. I think it's just so bad it's fucked. Like, it's so bad it's bad.
I give it a 5 out of 10.
Oh, wow, dude.
I give it a 5 for sheer fucking batshitness.
Did you get paid for this review? Or what?
I give it. Well, I give it. Let me be fair. I give it a 5 because the acting is so bad it's funny.
No,
the acting is bad funny. You gotta give it that.
I say that because Mike and I reacted to a Merkins video and we were accused of taking money.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I said that. But Mike did get paid in blowjobs. But no, actually, I'm gonna give the movie a goddamn 2.0. I'm sorry, man. And look, Chuck, I love you, man. I really do. But I think that Mike and I really did something to insult you, and you try to battering our buttholes and say, "Watch this shit," and be ruined. But and the reason why I'm giving it even a 2.0, I didn't enjoy the movie. I was like, you will not enjoy yourself, and this will not be over quickly. Like, it felt like that. I was being tortured in the BDSM room.
You can't tell me you didn't laugh at the college kids and their bad acting.
I didn't even laugh at that.
Shit was entertaining.
At first, I was like, it's gonna get like maybe there's gonna be something that happens that's gonna be like obviously that it's supposed to be, you know what I mean?
It was on accident, but it was bad. Yeah.
It just never happened. I felt like a vomit bag was completely strapped to my face constantly, and I was. But I like the graphic, not the graphic, but the gore effects. I miss those, and that's what I like the thing about it. The gore effects are done really well, the practical effects, and also the fact that I got to give them credit for it, and even the 2.0 that I give it. The balls to make movies like that, like you don't get to see that shit anymore.
It's
like
weird.
You don't get to see anything like that.
It feels like a tape that you like dug out of your neighborhood.
But I gotta give them credit though, man. At least they took something and they tried to make it happen. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't try to rely on remake after remake after remake of doing something. They fucking did something with that, so I gotta give them credit for that. But it's a 2.0, man. Yeah. Flush it down the toilet.
Yeah, and Chuck, we love you very much, and I hope that you did this as a joke. I feel terrible if this is like your favorite horror movie.
I am sorry,
but and I love you very much, man. You're an awesome fucking dude. But yeah, that shit was fucking great. And again, I give it a 5 because I found the acting so bad and horrendous that I actually laughed at it and like had a good time. And the gore effects were really good.
They were great.
And the story is just so fucking batshit wild. So
I'm sorry, Chuck. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? I love you.
I gotta tell you the truth.
I'll tell you the truth. God damn. That's how I felt after I watched.
That's true. I feel that.
Michael, why are you doing? Oh, Michael doing? Yes, Michael, suck a dick. Is what he's saying. I thought you were trying to do Phantom of the Opera, but what he did, he fooled me. And then suck a dick.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah. You know what? We did a review. We watched a movie. We watched a movie.